BonVoyageTV. I'm Jared Murphy from Bon Voyage Cruises and Travel, and as usual, I'm joined by Olivia van Leerop.
Hello, how's it going? How was your amazing trip in Singapore?
It was short, but it was fun.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun. Air New Zealand, as I told you, Air New Zealand took us. It was a bit of a reward trip for us.
Oh.
And they were very kind and took us in premium economy.
Oh, very nice. How was that?
It was good. A lot better than economy. But not a lot extra. So you were checking in the premium check-in area, which is far more civilised.
Oh, and it's such a good little in the middle, isn't it? You know, because it was always such a huge jump from economy to business, you know, and just impossible for most people. So, yeah.
So with that, you're getting extra leg room. You were getting a business class meal.
Yeah.
I embarrassed myself as the steward came round. I said, I'll have the chicken. We're not quite at that point yet, sir.
You're jumping in a bit
Yes,
soon.
I do eat the entree and then first. So once I was educated on that, and on the Air New Zealand aircraft, they now have a wonderful new entertainment system, which is all touch screen and much, much faster.
Yeah.
It's all very comfortable, and we arrived in Singapore after an overnight flight, feeling pretty good.
Good. Lovely.
But it was hot.
Oh, okay.
No good for the bigger unit like me. I feel the heat, but if anyone wants to know where the fans and air conditioning units of Singapore are, I know them all now. I can spot them from 100 metres. You see some people sort of standing around in an odd place and think, why are they standing there? Look up, there's a big fan.
And this is why, Gerard, you are the best travel agent in New Zealand, because of these things.
But it was really good. A lot of we're with a small group, and the ladies got heavily into some shopping, and every brand in the world was there. And it's shopping centre after shopping centre after shopping centre on the main road, and the Singaporean guides we had said Singaporeans only do two things: eat and shop. Yeah. The whole of Singapore is built for eating and shopping.
Yeah, what a dream.
It's a great destination. I call it Asia Light. So if you haven't been to Asia before, Singapore's a very good introduction. It's very clean, it's very ordered, but they've still got a lot of the Asian culture.
Yeah.
And Singapore's a bit of a melting pot with Chinese, Indian, Malay, and they all seem to be pretty happy.
Yeah, yeah.
But they have a housing crisis, just like Auckland.
Oh, really?
There's 5.5 million people living in about the size, not much bigger than Auckland, Greater Auckland area. And most people, 80% of the people, live in government-built housing. So that's all apartments, and they range from small 8-storey apartments right up to the latest one is 56 stories.
God, it's huge.
But you get subsidised into them.
Yeah.
But then you own them, you can sell them.
Oh, that's good.
There are some restrictions. But the wealthy, they go into a big condominium style. And one I thought was very impressive is near Scots Road, and that you can park your Ferrari next to your lounge.
Oh, wow. That's very handy.
This
I'll have
tall
to remember
building
that one.
has an elevator for people and an elevator for your car. So
Oh, cool.
park your car in a lift, it goes up and you drive into your little lounge area, and you can see from the ground floor all these cars parked.
Yeah. Oh, wow. So ultimate luxury as well.
But those are about 10 million, so beyond
me.
But Singapore is a great destination.
Yeah. All right. So, Jared, apart from shopping and eating, what did you do during the day?
Well, actually, as I was a guest there. I didn't add anything personally to the Singapore economy. I spent $3 in 4 days. I bought a can of Coke. But one of the things we did, which was new from when I'd been there last time, about 4 years ago, the beautiful Marina Bay Sands, which is the big triple building hotel with what looks like a canoe on top of it. That was all built, but the view from up there was of a big development area below us. And that has now been finished. It's called Gardens by the Bay. 250 hectares of botanical gardens. And they've got two structures which are the biggest, basically the biggest botanical garden glasshouses in the world. And these are huge, no pillars inside. The architecture of them alone is worth seeing. Yeah. And inside they've got virtually every plant you can think of around the world. Every single country has plants right through to 1,000-year-old 1,000-year-old olive trees.
Wow.
From Lebanon.
Oh my gosh! So is
They
it?
had one there. I don't know whether they'd cut down, dug up 10 and only got one that survived.
Yeah.
But
so is it sectioned out? So you go to New Zealand and you go to,
yes,
Yeah.
virtually.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's and a big, huge floral
Fantastic.
display, and it's at night. They've got magical light shows and all
Yeah.
sorts. It's
Yeah. Wonderful.
well worth seeing.
Yeah. Sounds beautiful.
It's one good thing to do, but there are plenty of others. We better go to a break now, but after the break we'll have a guest, Stephen King, who is the head of Asia Pacific for Virgin Atlantic Airways. This was recorded earlier, but Stephen's got a lot of great insights into how Virgin Atlantic came to be, what makes them different, and where they're going in the future.
Ed and Vivo, we've got the biggest crush on Graham Norton. So we flew all the way to his place so he could have a crush on us. Graham Norton's own Sauvignon Blanc. Southern Hemisphere grapes meet Northern Hemisphere fab.
Welcome back. As promised before the break, we have our special guest, who is Stephen King from Virgin Atlantic Airways. Welcome, Stephen.
Nice to meet you.
I believe it's your first visit to New Zealand.
I've been here less than 24 hours so far.
Oh, well, we like to have them fresh on our show, don't we? So tell us a little bit about Virgin Atlantic. In this part of the world, most New Zealanders would know about Virgin Australia. Some will know about Virgin America, and others will be aware of Virgin Atlantic, and of course the Richard Branson link.
Yep.
But they are separate airlines, so perhaps you can just explain to us how that all works.
Sure. Well, Virgin Atlantic was the first airline. We're the international sort of long haul, based out of London, and
Right.
we fly to the major business and leisure destinations from London. So that means we've got loads of flights across to the States, and lots of flights also out to Asia and into Africa and the Middle East and India as well. Where we link in with New Zealand is that passengers can fly with us from Shanghai or from LA, San Francisco or Hong Kong. So they connect up from on Air New Zealand up to any of those destinations, and then on through, round whichever way around the world they want to go,
Yep.
and to hit London.
So Virgin Australia and Virgin America, they're completely separate companies, is that right?
They're separate companies.
Yeah.
We, the Virgin Group, which is the Branson family, own stakes in each of those companies of varying different proportions. They own 51% of Virgin Atlantic. We are frequent flyers, though, can what we call earn and burn.
Right.
So the frequent flyer miles that you earn on Virgin Australia, you can spend them on Atlantic and vice versa. So that's a really good benefit for passengers in this part of the world who've been building up those velocity points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they can use them to go all the way to the UK.
So tell us about that service. What's it like on a flight?
It's that sort of, from the moment you walk in, we've got these brand new 787s that you walk in and you've got this bar in front of you.
Oh,
This
nice.
mood lighting's
That's good for a
amazing.
start.
Yeah, you've got me hooked already.
And you just get that sort of. It's just a great feeling when you're there, and the crew are there, very smiley. And I find when you get off a Virgin plane, the crew, rather than saying thank you, goodbye, our crew are going, thanks. Hope the children like their present. Hope that your meeting
lovely.
goes well. Hope your car's okay or whatever. And you find that. Obviously, I haven't spoken to every passenger, but you find that people have really built a relationship with our crew, and that service sort of goes all the way through.
Virgin Atlantic was really the successor to Freddie Laker's SkyTrain originally, and there were all those battles with British Airways, and I trust that's all sort of settled down, or is he still really the champion for competition?
Always a champion for the customer, and that's still part of that personality, is a really strong part of what we do. So the customer is really at the heart of everything that we're doing. So any investment decision we're making is all linked into the customer and what that can bring for them. In business class, we don't have a trolley going down the aisle. You get served by with a tray at your seat. So that means you can always walk up and down the aisle, because so anytime you want to get up, you can get up. There's not a big trolley blocking you.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
one of my pet hates, isn't it?
When you're paying that much for a ticket, you should be able to get up and use the bathroom whenever you like.
Definitely.
So it's I mean, on our new aircraft in premium economy, we've created this wonder wall, which is it's using some of the galley space, and it's just full of snacks and newspapers and magazines. But what we and a fridge actually. So cold drinks, but we're really encouraging passengers to get out of their seat for more than just to go to the bathroom. We just want people to get up
Move around.
and move around
Oh,
and
you
interact
need
with the
to.
crew. And
Yeah.
all the shortest flying we do is our Boston flight, which is 5 hours. But all our other flights, stretch up to sort of 12, 13 hours. And passengers need to. You want to get around. You want to just stretch your legs a bit, and so we try and create the environment for that, which can be the bar in our upper class and our business class cabin. And the bar's not just a sort of party place. You see people.
Why not?
A friend of mine was travelling with his twins. Him and his wife and their twins were travelling on us just under 2, and they managed to, on a night flight. Children went off to sleep, and then the crew, because the children were sort of in the seats, the crew just set up at the bar for dinner, and husband and wife had date night on the plane,
that's
just
so
being
nice.
able to,
Love
and they
it.
could see the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean that was sort of it's that great sort of, you can use it in different ways. So if you want to catch up with colleagues or just have that meeting, you can sit there and do that at the bar. And we see lots of passengers using that time productively on board.
And tell us about the food and the wine. I'm a big foodie. So does the wine come from a specific area or from all over the world? Or?
We work closely with Berry Brothers and Rudd.
Okay.
So the big, very established London wine merchants.
Nice.
Recently, we've just been we selected for our 787s because they're pressurised to a different altitude, as I'm sure you know, because New Zealand have the same. So passengers have the same aircraft all the way through to London. They're pressurised to 6,000 feet instead of 8,000 feet. And that actually means that champagne will bubble at a different, in a different way. So we changed our champagne on board to an English sparkling, because it was the taste was better at that slightly lower altitude. So we try to sort of look for things like that.
Yeah.
I always reckon you can get a better cup of tea on Virgin on our 787s, because as it's a higher altitude, water boils at a slightly hotter temperature, so that gives you slightly better.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Until you get your first 787, you're boiling the kettle, so it's just done quickly.
So if you've ever had a cup of tea and thought, that's not quite right on board, come on us, and it'll be that little bit nicer. Yeah.
So from New Zealand, it's quite easy to get to fly on Virgin Atlantic. We fly with Air New Zealand to Hong Kong, Shanghai, Los Angeles, San Francisco, and you're all daily from there. That's right, isn't it?
Yep.
It's easy.
So our flights, we've got daily flights from, as you say, twice daily from San Francisco and twice daily from Los Angeles, and daily from Shanghai and Hong Kong. So passengers can start their journey and end their journey in the end in Auckland, but fly on through, and once they hit those points, they can change onto a Virgin Atlantic flight. It's all got a Air New Zealand code share, so on both sections of it. So it's really exciting that passengers get to have that really great through connection, whichever of those airports you're connecting through. And to be honest, if Shanghai is actually quite a good airport to connect through. It's well signposted. The bags go straight through, or you can choose to stop over, and there's a 72-hour visa. So as long as you're flying on to a new country, so passengers could stop over and get a bit of China experience on the way, and maybe if they want to come back through San Francisco, then great opportunity to.
So
to
it
sort
allows that round the world connection.
Exactly.
Hong Kong's a new airport.
Hong Kong's a great.
San Francisco's a good airport.
Yeah.
And in Los Angeles, you're just one terminal away, I believe. So it's easy to transfer.
Yeah, and we've designed our products around being able to be sort of easy to transfer. As I said, the code shares on board. We have the code share on both, so you get to have that NZ flight number or the VS flight number, and that experience that you have on board. The upper class seats, there's a lot of similarities between the Air New Zealand seat and the Virgin Atlantic seat. I also feel the personality that Virgin and the crew have. I've found New Zealand massively friendly, so I'm assuming that all the crew on board Air New Zealand are equally friendly.
Oh, everywhere, even our taxi drivers.
Everyone's great. People were talking to me in the lift. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
But those were your staff.
But it's and I'm really feeling that friendliness in New Zealand, and that's the atmosphere we try to create on board. It's just an opportunity for you to create the flight that you want, but the crew are there for a chat. They're there to interact, and they want to find out.
That's a big thing that makes you really stand out, isn't it? The interaction between the crew and the guests on board.
Definitely, and that's what we're famous for, and we give our crew sort of maybe a bit more latitude than many other airlines, that they can just the crew can interact with the passengers, and if somebody wants a burger at 3 o'clock in the morning, we can get them a burger.
Yeah, and the crew are happier for that reason as well. They're less restricted, so they're probably less likely to be grumpy at 3 o'clock in the morning, you know.
They'll never be grumpy. So the Virgin Group has its roots in the music and entertainment industry. So what's different on Virgin Atlantic with the entertainment systems?
Our 787s that you can fly, from San Francisco, LA, brand new, and amazing in-flight entertainment. It's all touchscreen, it's swipey, it's very tablet-like. Swipey may not be a word, but I'll take it.
I like it.
And it's so we always have the latest blockbusters, a great selection of music, and we try to sort of have curated sessions as well, so you can learn something new or listen to a band that you haven't really heard of before, which is, I think, sort of always interesting at 3 o'clock in the morning when you're somewhere over northern Russia or
you don't know
over
where you
the
are.
Pacific or Newfoundland. It's so there's that moment again to choose how you want to. We were actually the first airline to put seatback TVs in the back of all classes.
Oh.
So and we've just kept innovating like that. Actually, in upper class and in premium economy, we have 2 screens. So you have one that's a bit like the old PlayStation. So it means that you can have your map going there, and then you can have the film still playing there.
Multitasking.
That's handy, because that's always annoyed me, to get back to where you are on the satellite map. You can close the movie down and then try and get back to it.
Oh, poor you, Jared, poor you.
I need to know where I am.
I agree. I love that. It's and with the new sort of windows that we have as well, so you can because you can adjust them to any change. If you see that actually you could be over somewhere interesting, rather than popping it open and then having light across the cabin, you can actually just open it a little bit and be able to see out without disturbing the whole cabin. So there are lots of innovations like that. We've got Wi-Fi on board as well, so
that's good.
It does mean that you could always, if you really, you can be doing your email. Well, you don't want to be doing that. Updating Facebook.
That's good. It's good to have the option.
Look where I am.
Yeah.
Shopping. Can be shopping.
And it can be delivered to your hotel in London before you get there.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you mentioned in-seat videos, and Virgin Atlantic has always been innovative. And one of the things I know that our clients appreciate, and something that started a long time ago, was ice creams. Real ice creams on board. They still do it, don't they?
We've still got ice creams on board. We always had it's like, we'll serve you ice creams during the movie, and that was in the olden days when you had one big screen. But obviously,
it doesn't quite work now.
It doesn't quite work, but we'd serve ice creams to just break up the flight as well and give you something else to do.
It's a nice little touch,
It's
and you guys have got lots of nice little touches. One that New Zealanders particularly appreciate is you can get velocity points, which is the Virgin scheme, but you can also get air points on all Virgin Atlantic flights, which is great for all those New Zealand members. The other thing, which we found, Stephen, is the Virgin Atlantic fares are extremely competitive, and even on the code shares going through the States or through to Europe through Hong Kong or Shanghai, the Virgin Atlantic business class fares particularly are outstandingly good. And we sell quite a few of them, and we want you to keep those nice and low for our customers, and we'll give you more.
We're really keen to have as many New Zealanders as possible flying on our aircraft. So we do price keenly. We've actually got some great fares coming out any minute. So it's and even as if anybody needed another excuse, we've got some great fares coming out on the code shares all the way up to London, or even stopping in the US and then maybe getting a ship across and then flying back through us or something.
Yeah, we are going to work on that with the Virgin office here, because we want to do some new fares with Cunard across the Atlantic, and with Virgin Atlantic it'll all come together nicely, and people can still come back via Asia if they want to do the different route. So we're looking forward to working with you next year.
Sounds like an amazing holiday, actually.
It will be.
Yeah.
We only do amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing and friendly, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Stephen, thanks very much for coming. It's great to meet you. But before you go, we have a wee gift for you. Our other English connection is Graham Norton.
Right.
He doesn't personally sponsor our wine, but he has an interest in Vivo wines. And he has just made a new Sauvignon Blanc himself, blended it. This is last year's one. I haven't got a new one yet. But please take that with our compliments. And
Thank you very much.
I'm sure if you have any influence with the wine ordering department at Virgin Atlantic, the boys at Vivo would love to discuss that with you.
Well, I've got a great opportunity to taste it now.
Excellent. Thanks very much for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So if you're keen to try Virgin Atlantic when you fly to London next year, we now have their 2016 early bird fares just released. You can get all the way to London via Shanghai or Hong Kong. So you fly Air New Zealand to Shanghai or Hong Kong, and then Virgin Atlantic through to London. So the fares in economy class start from 1899 return, which is amazing. If you want a little bit more luxury and you're keen to try their famous premium economy, the fare is only 4299. This is if you book by the 30th of September, and you can actually travel now until the 30th of November in 2015, but any time between 11th of January and the 30th of June 2016. That's your departure date from New Zealand. You can stay longer and come back later. That's where you get the dedicated check-in, the wider seat, more leg room, You're in a nice separate small cabin. You're getting business class style meals served one course at a time, beverages including champagne, an amenity kit and pre-seating. That's from just $4,299. Now it wouldn't be Bon Voyage TV if we didn't have a cruise deal to go with this wonderful airfare. So we've talked to Princess Cruises and they've given us a fabulous cruise from Southampton. This is on the Emerald Princess. There are 3 departures. We have the 14th of May, 23rd of July and the 20th of August next year. And we've coupled this with your airfare on Virgin Atlantic. So you are getting Virgin Atlantic economy class fares to London, 3 nights at the Ridges Kensington Hotel in London, just to check London out on your way. Return train travel to Southampton, the 14-night cruise on the stunning Emerald Princess, all your meals and entertainment on board, all government taxes and port charges. The fares are from just $6,375 for an inside cabin, $6,995 for an ocean view cabin with a big picture window, or if you want your own balcony, from $7,285. And on all of those, we'll give you $92 to spend on board. So check those out. They're all on our website, bonvoyage.co.nz, or give us a call on 0800 266 869. So those are pretty good deals for 2016 if you think you're going to Europe.
Yes, amazing.
Now before we go, I see Olivia's got some interesting little pictures there.
Yeah, just a
Tell
little
me what you
snippet.
found.
All right. So the Daily Telegraph in UK has compiled a list of the top 15 weird beaches worldwide, and New Zealand actually gets a mention too. So I've had a look, and they aren't really that weird, but super interesting. So the ones I quite liked are Playa de Gulpiyuri in Spain. This popular attraction is actually 100 metres from the sea, but thanks to a series of underground tunnels is fully tidal. So I love this because I'm guessing that means that there's no big sharks or anything like that.
Hope not. That's good.
Sounds amazing. Hot Water Beach, of course, in New Zealand. It's pretty special.
Coromandel, that's
yes.
a great one.
Oh, I love it there. Cow Beach in Goa, India, where cows wander freely among the sun lounges. That'll be nice.
Yeah. Unusual. A bit bigger than a dog.
Yeah, be careful where you lay, I guess. Maho Beach in St Martin. So I've been
Now
here.
this is one you really like.
Yeah. So where planes almost land on it, basically, just metres from Princess Juliana International Airport. Maho is a plane spotter's paradise. Its Sunset Beach Bar even reportedly has a speaker that broadcasts transmissions between pilots and the airport's control tower. And what people do is they actually go and hang on to the fence, which is, the closest spot you can get to, the end of the runway. And I guess it's a competition to see if you can hold on. But nobody can. You literally get blown off the fence because
this is
the
as
wind
the
is
aircraft's
so
going
strong.
to take off?
Yeah, exactly.
So they sit
you
at the
get
end of the
all the
runway.
jet stream, yeah.
You go full throttle, full thrust.
Yeah, exactly. And people actually really hurt themselves. They go tumbling. They just go...
I've seen many pictures and videos of planes landing and some are very close to that fence.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, I've spent a lot of time at that particular bar actually, having margaritas in the sun.
I didn't know you were a train spotter. I never knew Olivia was a train spotter. So on that bombshell, we better wind up the show.
All right, wonderful.
So until next week,
Bon voyage.